Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Allison Cruz, and I'd like to welcome you back to more Bayonetta Origins. Last time, we gave the first boss of the game the old holiday slam down, which then allowed us to unlock a new form and set of abilities for our dear friend Cheshire, the wood form. This will allow us to explore a lot more of the world with our new powers, and we'll end up doing quite a lot of that here today as we trudge towards our next objective and hopefully stave off these annoying as hell allergies, because let me tell you, the oak pollen is out in full force today, so I apologize if not even the world's slowest witch dance is enough to soothe my dulcet tones. So this is kind of a weird little shortcut because it takes us back to that boss arena, which we have no reason to really return to, and we can't backtrack from there, so it's kind of odd that they would even do that. Well, like I said at the end of the last part, we are going to swap up our costumes just a spell. And I gave it a lot of thought, and I'm thinking, you know, while Cereza and Cheshire are still trying to get to know each other, they can start by impersonating each other.
Cool!
There she is, dressed up as Cheshire, and same thing with him. Beautiful, it's perfect, complete with a lovely little bow and glasses. We'll go ahead and throw some bandages on just because I just think he looks much more badass that way, but there we go. Right, so I don't really think that the costume change is apropos of anything to expect in the upcoming adversities, but I just think that they look adorable as hell. So we're gonna head on over here and give Cheshire the old toss-up, because I think there just is a few collectibles here that we probably don't need to worry about, but this early on, I am not gonna scoff at any of these. Look at that. That pea in a pod was just brimming with Avalon drops, God. And this does look like somewhere that we're only going to be able to access from the other side with Cereza as like a one-way. You can see in the back there's a friggin' Spriggan. Hate those things. Alright, we have some of this nonsense to deal with now, which is fun and all. Oh, and to switch elements, all you have to do is press the same button of the element you've selected. Just keep in mind, only regular Cheshire can counter attacks in his normal form. Everyone else will have their own elemental item that they're using, and trust me, it is a magic guzzler, so be very wary of that and upgrade your hug counter whenever you can. So we'll go and take that, and we'll follow the path and not get whomped in the face. That'd be lovely, right? There we go. So you have to be in very specific spots sometimes in order to get that stuff, such as that. Nice. All right, nothing but a little treasure hidden away.
Yes!
Ooh, that was a lot actually, to just put that right off the main path. Okay, you know what? I would sleep there, sure, why not? Let's see. Okay, so we'll do another one of these, and now we can fight this guy properly this time, now that we can whip his shield away from him, and yes, switching to hug mode will replenish your magic gauge, so keep that in mind, and whip it back at him, unless you miss. That has a tendency to happen, or hit other enemies. That's okay. Okay, so we'll switch here for a little bit, and recovery rate's pretty small, but not today, not today. There you go. And launch yourself. Thank you. Oof. Also, the comboing is very different for the elementals, so it might take a second to get used to. But it's kind of fun that they have their own, I guess, unique fighting style. Like I mentioned before, Wood Cheshire is more of a comboer than anything, and his ultimate is pretty insane. Okay, so we'll go and drop on here through this. And if I'm not mistaken, we are pretty close to something kind of annoying. Let's go and get this dance started. Oh shoot, I wanted to grab this actually at the same time. So yeah, targeting is a little wonky because you have to have the camera cooperate with you while you do that, and then you can go and do other things, such as dancing. There you go, well done. And this is gonna give me a bunch of roses. For some reason I thought it was gonna do something else, but I didn't even see them blooming next to me. Alright, there'll be a couple over here. Let's progress forward.
What? Give me a break.
That's right, we've got the killer clown of Wonderland here to make our life a living hell. If I can reach that, there we go. I'll just go in and surgically remove this tumor. Thank you. Yeah, you can probably guess what we're supposed to do there. Was there? There was nothing else over there. All right, let's go and pull it down, shall we? There you go. Nice and easy, right? Watch your feet. And moving on over here, we have yet another friggin' Spriggan. All right, you know what? This time I'm actually gonna hit you with this because it's pretty cool. There you go. That was a one-hit kill, man. I think that's the only one that it actually will kill in a single shot. Can you like... Yeah, aiming is pretty wonky for that. So we can't access the bulb from this side, so we're gonna have to find a way to go around, and luckily we can do that now. We just might have to go through a Tirnanog. And it's right here, completely optional, so let's do it. Okay. Pursuance. Ooh, you know what? This one is also another kind of tricky one. Let's get a safety save in there. Why not? Yeah, man, I have no idea why I'm feeling so incredibly anxious about this, because it's not even the hardest version of this challenge we're going to be seeing. I'm probably just traumatized by the time trials of these, where you have to incorporate different elements into this scenario, but really, this is just the crash course on running away from the black smoke monster in Lost. So we are on completely different ends of the spectrum. You can't recall to the other, and you have to use these platforms to spawn others on, you know, your respective friends' version. These green ones will allow these gates to come down, and when you step off, gates go back up.
It's coming this way. What is that thing?
We are just going to go ahead and do a clean sweep of this with Cheshire, and you can just kind of follow it every so often. I guess that's all we needed for that one. But overall, they're really pretty generous with the timing window here. It's the time trials that really try to like ruin it for you. Over here, same thing. They are going to do multiple paths. Do this, go this way. There we go. So, yeah, you get some pretty nice little surprises here and there. But not too bad for our first effort. Huh. Be gone with the black smoke monster. You were so promising, and yet expectations did not quite meet. Nice. And are we, I guess we're probably done here. No? Just go up along this way. Do I have to go up another set of escalators? Yes, I do. Nice. I will do the escalator dance with Cheshire. There you go. It is a cool animation, and something that you can see in a lot of the Tirnanog is in the background some of your reflections. Sometimes they look really bad, but others they look kind of great. But yeah, that is the end of the challenge, thank goodness. I really need to stop riling myself up for these because they're not that bad. But with that, we have a new piece of flower. See, that doesn't sound nearly as endearing as a piece of petal, even though technically we're collecting the full petals and not necessarily pieces of them. Well, we're over here, and this incredibly smooth animation of these planets aligning. I am a fan of them. But damn, is it a time sink. Well, as you all know, it's time for the same old song and scratch, so let's get right into it. Well, there you have it. The map is still a mess, and God, I am not looking forward to collecting any of these. Okay, well, now that that's been said and done, the one thing that dungeon was guarding for us was this sweet little treasure, which I will indeed treat myself with. Ooh.
Cool.
Man, we are going to be having a real great time upgrading soon here, aren't we? Especially when we're about to pick up our first lovely little moon pearl. But we'll clear the other side of this brush here, and this will take us directly back in front of our old friend, the friggin' Spriggan, which you can just run right past. He's kind of a bozo, so I don't feel bad about it, but it's at this point where I think we're gonna start getting a lot more jump scare monsters in bushes. Also, rotten boards, apparently. That will serve absolutely no purpose towards us, except I think you can jump down, but not much of a shortcut. Yeah, sometimes they'll be hiding in pots, and sometimes they will be less obvious, especially if you just run around in hug mode like I do and just collect everything that you can. But now it's time for yet another dance for the dragonflies and butterflies. There we go. Not too bad. If we head across this way, this is going to be, yep, a dead end for the time being until we can find a way to blow those up. Can't do anything about it. But if we keep going this way, I spy with my little eye a shiny little tooth. Hey, you know what? I'll play with you, sure. There you go. Thank you. Isn't that just the sweetest little tooth you ain't never seen? These grasshoppers. Okay, so we can either go up, which apparently the wolf was able to climb up, but if we diverge our path by just a skosh, we can get ourselves something kind of okay down here. It's optional. A cozy little grove of sorts. We have another light bulb, but this one requires some preemptive planning, so we're gonna go ahead and do a dance for the tadpoles and the fishies. There we go. And this one is something that is pretty easy to screw up, so if you can, try to avoid, you know, humiliating yourself in front of millions, Mr. Cruz. Okay, so we bust this open, and we do another dance, this time precariously close to the cliff edge here. There we go. I guess Cheshire is having a grand old time over here. Okay, so now that all that is ready for us, we can take on this damn light bulb business. So do something like that, and do this. And if you didn't have all that stuff ready coming over here, then probably in a little bit of trouble. Okay, you're in, climb up. There's this blue flower that's gonna try to just kill you. Okay, so don't get caught on that. It's easy for Cheshire to get caught on that, especially, but with that. Okay, not so bad. Definitely a time sink if you get caught in there. I think it only does like 2 petals of damage, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But our prize for completing that is... Ooh.
Yes!
Okay, not bad. You can see now why I opted for the bigger pockets, right? Yeah. Shouldn't come as any surprise, you're going to be picking up a lot of syrup, and I find myself not really ever using it. So if we head over here, this is actually a shortcut coming from somewhere else that we obviously can't do much about, so we'll avoid that for now, and we'll probably end up coming back here later and being like, oh, I remember this place. It's that annoying puzzle. It's completely optional. Gave us an Umbran syrup, and I still haven't used it. So if we head over here, I don't know if there's really too much divergences here. I'm excited to get the moon pearl, but I feel like we have to, oh no, get into another fight. Not another one. Okay, let's do it. Thank you for swapping me out. Oh my god. Ooh. Okay, I hit I didn't hit anything there. What the hell? Alright, we'll do something like this. I was trying to cast a spell on you. There we go. Okay, so we are probably... Oh, geez. Just run. Run. There is so much pandemonium happening here. Good God. Okay, so if you run out of magic, it's not the worst thing in the world, but can be very inconvenient.
Perfect! What could that be?
Cereza spotted something that looked like fruit. Looks good. Quick, let's go get it.
Ah! What are you doing? Cheshire! Ugh! Now my hair's all sticky!
Cheshire enjoyed his snack as Cereza tried unsuccessfully to squeeze the pulp from her hair.
Do you have any idea how important hair is to a witch? Be careful!
Oh, all that fur on your head and a fat lot of good it's done you.
Oh, the demon's retort was surprisingly deft.
Quiet! I'm working on it. Just you wait.
But with that, a rare demonic-looking fruit from Inferno that requires magically rich soil to survive, full of nutrients and devilishly sweet. So this will allow Cheshire to unlock powerful skills, and luckily for us, we are right near our previous sanctuary. So you can find infernal fruits on the map like this. Obviously, they're going to be a little bit more difficult to grab, and most of them you can't even access until the end of the game. Same thing with Moon Pearls and Cereza's abilities, and we'll make sure to find them all because unlocking all of your abilities is required for yet another costume. Can you guess which one it might be? Well, let's go and grab that, and let's take one more brief look around. Sometimes you can get a nice little sneak preview of things to come, but clearly not here. Anything? Nothing. Okay, so we're gonna go down this trunk, and this should hopefully look a little familiar. This clown of a man just clowning on his friends.
This new power. Maybe we can use it to go to places we couldn't before.
Exactly, and we're directly before the point of quote-unquote no return with that boss fight, so let's go and take a look at some of our skills. For Cheshire, it kind of depends on what direction you want to go with him, but I think for the most part, the tickling plush punch is a little tempting. But we're going to go with the bind combo. Essentially, you cast Thorn Bind on someone and he will do an insanely powerful combo attack on it. And this is going to be different for each of your elemental skills, and just use the one that you think is right for combat. Let's do it. Use our first Infernal Fruit and enjoy.
Cheshire, here you go.
Oh, and it's going to go ahead and teach us via tutorial. Okay, so we'll go ahead and Thornbind. All you have to do is just hold and release. Oof. It's pretty strong, and you can find yourself accidentally using it pretty often when you don't want to, so... Oof. It just has so much oomph to it, you know? But again, be wary of the magic cost. Beautiful. Yes, please. Alright, but I think that's probably going to do it for our skill learning right now. We are getting ready to grab our first Moon Pearl, and I'm just going to wait a little bit just to make sure I have enough Onyx Roses on hand. Well, now it's time to tear down the barriers that stop us from progressing, starting with this one. Don't get hurt, Cereza. No big deal. Ooh, treasure over here. They're handing these Avalon drops out like freaking candy, which, speaking of, completely plausible marketing opportunity right there. Get on that, Platinum Games.
With that jester! He's such a bother!
What a bunch of jesters. Okay, well, it's at this point where you probably want to avoid getting bitten twice shy. And, ooh, this is a nice little shortcut. This is exactly what I was looking for. So you could easily just walk backwards, but this, I think, will expedite the process just a slight bit more. So We'll go ahead and activate this and drop on down because this will take us to that arena that we fought that friggin' Spriggan the first time around. You remember this, right? There used to be something here, like a Tiernanog. I'm just gonna walk right past you, sir. I don't give a gosh diddly darn about you. I'm running, I'm leaving. Also, there's this guy over here. So just a slight bit of backtracking, but ooh, good shot, sir. But we can just run on down here, and we can also get rid of this here too. Nice. Okay, that actually works out really nicely for us. So we jump down, and I'm gonna go ahead and have Cheshire just hang out over here, because with these floaty platforms, they actually do spawn a little hook underneath that you can use to sort of move Cereza along. And I didn't know you could do this particular one this early. This was one of the last moon pearls I grabbed in the game. But it does take a little bit of finagling, so with that, let's set her free. We found a moon pearl, a round jewel possessing the power of the moon, the source of every witch's strength, enhances the abilities of any witch who finds it. Very, very nice, and I love that we can grab that right now because there is one other thing that is going to be really helpful for us to do too, and that's to bust this open, if I can do it correctly. There we go. Sometimes it doesn't seem like he latches, but he does. And we can run through, I guess, a different area of the sun-speckled grove. Excuse me, sir. All right, an effort was made. There is treasure here. Do I dare open it? Okay, good. Ooh, and a blast cocktail. You know what? I'll take it. There's a couple more over here. I feel like we might be able to actually increase our gauge here soon. Okay. You know, I'm not complaining. Oh, but there's a Tiernanog here. Forgot about that. Is this what I think it is? Revengeance. Alright, avoid the curses and defeat all enemies. Essentially, anybody that is killed will drop this obscenely powerful mind trap that will do a ton of damage, and with the sheer number of enemies that they kind of throw at you during these fights, you're going to be getting hurt quite a lot, so be careful. So things are probably going to get a bit dicey here if I go ahead and do something like, ooh, there you go, there you go. Oh, some of them ran away. AoE attacks are definitely going to be your friend here, but you also want to watch the magic, and if you try to go over the traps, they don't hurt the friends. You'll just get zapped that way if you're not too careful, so yeah, you guys are all like out for blood. That's not nice. Oh, get back. There you go. You can call back to hug mode just in the nick of time if you're feeling not very confident about things. It's going to be me half the time. All right, we'll do some of that. And I feel like just because you have the power to counter, it's probably in your best interest to go ahead and whoop, be careful and use regular Cheshire and not an elemental one. So there we go. So dropping the mind traps, do something like that. Invincibility frames, thank you. Are we almost done here? Watch this. Ooh, there we go. That's why you want the evade, son. All right, iframes are a little tight on those, but close enough. Now, oh my god, more! Oh Jesus, I was not expecting more of you to spawn. That's not fun. Okay, you know what we can do actually? There we go. You beat up that one. I will work on this one. Oof! Oof! Oh my god. Can I throw this at him? What the? What? Why did I? That was weird. I'm gonna run out of power here. Okay. Yeah, you definitely don't want that to happen. Alright. Last one. This is embarrassing, but... Oh, what the... That was weird. I'll take it, I guess. So, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure one variant of, you know, the mine traps is something you have to do in time trials, so making sure you don't get hit is imperative.
Yes!
But we got another petal for our flower. Nice. And I think this one was also optional, so good for us, right? Let's get out of here. Let's explore a little more. I'm done with combat. I'm good. Man, I can already tell you that commentary is going to be a mess.
Cheshire, over here!
All right, well, I'm curious, how much farther into this can we go? Because obviously we can't do much about this until literally the end of the game, and I will probably come from that other side. But if we spawn this, I think we can do it. That'd be really cool, actually. I wouldn't mind exploring a bit, even though we'll probably have to turn around. Also, I love when you spawn these specific flowers that they sound like they're farting. Okay, let's see. So, from here we can go ahead and pull you over to this upper ledge. This might not actually lead to anything. I mean, I'm more than happy to be wrong, but can I jump to that? Ooh, good jump, good jump. You also have a chest that is engulfed in flames, so make sure not to touch that. Nice, nice. So we would have had to come from here regardless. I might be getting a little ahead of myself here, but we can still take a look. Because I have a feeling we're going to probably run into something we can't do anything about. Oh, starting with this man. Sir, how dare you? The unmitigated gall of that man. Well, thank you for more treats. More of that candy. Avalon flavored kisses. Ooh, hello. So we can keep doing this, and we can still collect more of this. Can I? Oh, hello. I'm going right through it. All right, let's readjust. Thank you. I feel like there were some collision issues with that one. Hooray, this root is collecting all of these roses. Yeah, we are looking good on those, man. Able to get anything I want with that. Yeah, something tells me we're going to face an icy demise coming up here. Because I do remember, yeah, coming down from here is kind of interesting. Oh, but we can still go this way. Let's see. Do I want to go too far here? Probably not. Okay, you can climb up since you're incapable of it. This might just lead to more ice, I think. There's this. Oh my god, we could also go over here? Oh, that's a terrible idea. Okay, let's see. Oh, but wait, we're gonna be coming from over here. This is part of the next area, right? Oh no, broken bridge. Would you look at that? Don't want to fall into the abyss there. Yeah, that whole back area, it's pretty confusing. Okay, well wait, so this might not be what I think it is then. Climb down here. We're going and diverging quite a lot more than I wanted to. Let's see, sneak on under there. Because I know, another infernal fruit, and yes, this. Okay, let's grab that. There you go, nicely done. I know exactly where we are now. Let's grab this. I don't know why I just walked past it just to open the shortcut I'm probably going to be taking. I feel like that's everything we needed to do here regardless, but you know what? I'll take it.
What are you doing?
That's Cheshire. Well, I think I will probably go ahead and meet you back at that sanctuary that we, you know, had to run across those blue flowers from, because this just brings us all the way back over here. And you know what? I can actually just do this. That was the perfect amount of shortcut there for us, because we grabbed everything we could. Yeah, might as well just keep... Okay, never mind. Apparently I didn't know exactly where we were. But now... Oh boy. Here we go. Time for another one of these. Go figure. So we're just going to go ahead and sprint on through. And we're actually going to have to do some fairly robust acrobatics going through this. Go and jump around. Can I go over here? Oh, okay. It's kind of hard to see these holographics, you know? Things just popping up at you. Alright, well, we have a slightly new facet to combat at this point, and our magic gauge increased. Lovely. Enemies will now need to be dispelled. The thing about that is you can still... Oh, you know what? We have to actually do some platforming here. I forgot about that. Okay. Well, you go this way. Basically, you can just run past all of the enemies, so I wouldn't worry too much about any of that business. There you go. I don't think there's a single enemy you have to dispel in this game. Somebody laughing at me? What is this, Subnautica? No, as much as I wish it was. Alright, so enemies can be dispelled, and just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. We're good. Get in there. Well, puncture. Interesting. Is this pure combat? This very well could be. So we'll probably need to employ some of our lovely potions again. Open the fancy door with dance and prepare for a fight. Okay, I guess it's just a normal fight. That's interesting. They don't drop things. Oof, I love that skid he does. Oof. And, ooh, bite him up. There we go. Yeah, more of these friggin' spriggans. I'm gonna waste our time. Oof. You do that. I'll just keep this guy down. Oof. That is a lot of magic there, Cheshire. New type of enemy, the Speared Hunter. This guy is going to be very, very annoying, I think. So let's go and take out the minions first while you are slowed down. There you go. And, oh, there you go. He can do a little song and dance. He's very similar to the boss we had fought. There you are. Oh, get out of there. Get out of there. Okay. So don't be so flourishy, my dude. There we go. Okay, are you gonna spawn shield dudes? Because if you are, that's gonna be not very fair. Nope, you're good. Alright, not too bad if I do say so myself. I'm pretty sure that one is required though, so... Makes sense that it was a bit more on the easy side compared to, you know, avoiding the mine traps, but with that,
Yes!
Shocker. I'm pretty sure you do end up finding a couple of those out in the real world and not just in the Tirnanog, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But we had that fancy door and everything, and this, no fancy animation at the end. What's up with that? Alright, well, not too shabby overall. I hear Ori yowling out there. He is desperate to get in here, but He's gonna have to wait just a moment as we do some very minor backtracking. Not a lot is revealed through this Tirnanog, but for the most part, I would recommend doing this because, again, it's something you can do this early and I hadn't realized it at the time. Just backtracking is a little confusing in this area. But we had run past a crate that was stuck in the leaves here, and we can go ahead and move this thing. I didn't mention it the first time around, but it is so clunky moving this thing around. You can only go in one of the 4 directions at once. You can't go diagonal or anything, and you have to click the button again to get out of it. Climbing is wonky, and it's just very, very clunky, to say the absolute least. A lot of KY wordies. But we'll go ahead and grab this. Are you good? Something nice, perhaps? Ooh.
Cool.
Very cool indeed. And this is the main reason why you'd want to come over here. We have another opportunity for another moon pearl. Now, the first time you play this, you might not be thinking to yourself exactly how you're supposed to get that or anything, but you can actually do it this early despite this being a dead end. You have water here, and I'd recommend not jumping into it just yet. It looks fine, but you probably shouldn't at the moment. So instead, we're going to go and make the farting flower bloom. There you go. Playing too much Mother lately. There you go. And we'll go ahead and have some fun here. Get that out of the way. Because once again, this is just something that they don't really tell you at all. And you kind of forget that that's something you can do. I'm sure there's probably some ways you can actually break the game doing this, but I have not yet found a way to do so. But now is the time to set her free. It's so good. I love the music. And just wait until we get to the end of the game, you guys. It gets obscenely good. I don't remember the soundtrack to the original games being this good. It's kind of insane, actually. Well, I think that is essentially everything that was revealed to that effect. Not much else to do. Maybe look at other stuff, but I feel like we're probably coming up to a sanctuary, and you can also get a sneak peek at that infernal fruit down there. We'll be able to get to it once we get our next elemental ability, but for now, we'll just run past it all, and oh, there's something I can check here.
What's this?
Capture all humans who enter the forest. Oh, you are going to be regretting that, my good sir. Well, if we progress through here, you can go ahead and get yourself caught on a bush, just like me.
Hello there, miss.
Who's there?
Cereza's heart leapt at the sudden voice.
Good question. Let's just say I'm the one you talk to when you want to know about the goings-on in this forest. Well, I'm not a fairy, at least. Take my word on that one.
Says the creepy voice from the shadows.
Try asking me something if you don't believe me. I'll answer any question you have.
Okay, have you seen any black wolves around the forest lately?
Oh, but you're looking for a white wolf, aren't you?
How did you know?
You were a part of this forest now. That means your business has become my business. Trust in the path you take now. It's the right one. But you won't be able to find those elemental cores as easy as you think.
You know about the elemental cores too? Okay, tell me more.
Ahead, there is an old circus tent fairies use to lure human children into the forest. The crazed ringmaster enslaves poor souls there to perform in his shows until they die.
Until they die?
My apologies. Was that too scary? But you needn't worry. You and that demon of yours won't croak that easily. You've caused a big ruckus among those fairies since you entered this forest. That just proves they're scared of you. And that demon, of course. Well, I'm afraid I must go. I wish you both safe travels.
The voice faded away, and silence once again enveloped the forest.
And she's gone. Just who was that?
Well, I'm guessing we're probably going to find out sooner or later, but having to run past all these stone monoliths, we will be back. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we have a brand new sanctuary. Once again, it looks like we're running slightly over on time, so I think we're going to hold off on upgrading our new skills until the next episode, where we are going to be contending with that crazed ringmaster of the circus, and we're also going to be introduced to yet another form of collectibles. These are ones you are definitely going to want to grab, but we'll save that for another day. My name is Allison Cruz. Thank you all so much for joining me on this episode of Bayonetta Origins. Take care, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.